I'd like to see that the environment is really looked after in a better way.
Allow people to make good decisions that don't actually cost them more than making bad decisions.
Well, I'd like to know that we've got climate change under control. That overwhelms every other consideration.
People chuck their rubbish on the floor mindlessly, and that I find quite frustrating.
When I just look on my phone at the weather app that almost everybody has now, when I look at the city that I live in, London, on most days I actually get a message about unhealthy air quality in London. And that's just something that concerns me quite a bit.
We're beginning to wake up now to the problem of plastics, the problem of packaging. I'm a great believer that the world will sort that out, but it's going to take a lot of doing, a lot of effort, and it's going to cost us.
These days you have much more control over your finances than you ever did. Many, many more people do. And it's said that with great power comes great responsibility. What happens when you devolve that power? What happens to the responsibility? Whose responsibility is it now? Well, it's all of ours.
What do you want for society and the world at large? And this sparked all sorts of interesting comments from clients. But the biggest ones, I'd say, were concerns about global warming.
These are concerns that have been around for many, many years. And it's not just climate change. It's all about how our endeavors have affected the environment. We had a meeting with Max, and it was in January of this year, middle of January this year. And we sat down and started talking about this stuff. And it really hit home that we can do something about this. I mean, it may be just a start, but we can actually do something about this. And this got us all really excited. Our goal here is sensible investment products or strategies that are based on research, academic research, sound academic research and empirical evidence. And then, more appropriate for the discussion today, is a new and responsible approach to investing.
But there's a problem in people's minds that if you invested in a way that catered for those issues, maybe you get some diminished returns for doing so. Back in 2005, there was no choice. There was nothing available in this space at all. And now, even now, the choice is extremely limited. But we came up with a socially responsible overlay to our strategy, and we offered it as an opt-in for clients. And we found that roughly about 1 in 5 clients went down this approach. At the time, we didn't know whether it's going to be a good or bad outcome investment-wise, but it was really delivered by client values. By 2015, Ash and I noticed after 10 years of experience of this, we couldn't really see much difference in the returns. Sometimes a little bit better, sometimes a little bit worse, but there was really not much of a discernible difference. And so we changed it to now, this is what you were going to get. If you're a new customer with us, you were getting a social responsible overlay.
We have a value factor. We invest additional capital over and above a market value weighted portfolio into companies that are value companies, that are good bargains. We invest additional capital into small stocks. We invest additional capital over and above in a market weighted portfolio into very profitable companies. And what we do is we exploit all of those factors in a way that is diversified across sectors. We don't want to have too much or any extreme weight in any individual sector.